Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are playing some Palia. Today I will be teaching you how to build a super easy barn for your plot, and I hope it brings you some inspiration. This barn was inspired by many fellow Palians in our community, but of course I had to do my own version of it. I know I'm not the first person to make a barn, but I wanted to teach you in case you're wondering on how to create this so you can make a barn on your plot. And of course, if you love today's video, please drop a comment in the comment section below and any future recommended builds you hope to see on my channel. So for the base of our barn, we're going to do 4 tiles wide in the front and 6 tiles wide on the sides. If you wanted to use all wood in this build, you totally could, but I do think the stone kind of breaks it up a little. Next, I'll be taking the small stone block and framing the whole entire piece in except the front, because that's where the entry to our barn is going to be. Once your base is done, then you're going to start placing the wood parts of our barn, and it's going to be 3 of the big wood side pieces on each side. Now, I did struggle with how the wall pieces clip into each other, so there will be a couple of transitions because I wanted to edit out that struggle. But after we place the first layer of the wood pieces, then we're going to add an additional layer on top of it. Once you have both of the layers done, then we're going to go ahead and add our second story, which is going to be the attic of our barn. And I think this will be a great place to do extra storage or anything you're trying to hide from your main plot. So now that I have the second floor mapped out, we're going to go ahead and start placing the rest of our base walls and then work on the roof. I did leave a small tile open so I can do like a little walkway that leads up to the attic, but I just wanted to mention that you're going to remove a second of the wood flooring so you have plenty of space for your character to go up. For the next stage of our build, we're going to work on the rooftop of our barn, and I do want to disclaim that the flooring that you're seeing underneath these slanted tiles are actually removed later in the video. At this stage of the build, I didn't realize that adding an additional layer of the wood flooring would cause a clearance issue with my character. So if you're recreating this, skip the layer that you're seeing right now that I'm standing on and just add the roof pieces as seen in the footage. That way you can access your attic and be able to decorate it later on. Once the first layer of the angled pieces are finished, then we're going to place these small wooden blocks and fill it in. You're going to have 4 rows total of these to fill up the attic space. And a reminder also that the wooden flooring, again, that I'm standing on will not be a part of this build. You will not be able to access the attic that we are building for this, so these blocks are going to serve as the rooftop of our barn. Once you finish the main centerpiece of the small building block squares, then we're going to frame with the slanted pieces on the other side to achieve a rooftop effect. And once we finish this side of our barn rooftop, then we're going to repeat the process with the slanted pieces on each side. This second layer will be placed on top of the square block pieces that we have placed in the center. And then once our rooftop is finished, then we can do some decorating around the build to give it some much needed life and color. Once you place all the layers of the rooftop needed, this is what your build is supposed to look like at this stage. I do want to mention that the center square blocks could be moved in closer if those gaps bother you. However, I wasn't too stressed about it because I'll be placing a giant wagon wheel up here in additional decor, so it'll kind of hide these imperfections. Now for the detailing process and decorating, there will be a couple of transitions just because I did change my mind on some of the item placement, but my goal for this barn is to display my Ormu plushies, which by the way, I do not have yet. I have been hoping that I'll get them for months now, so a placeholder until I get my amazing Ormu plushies will be the wooden deer statue, which is a craftable that you can get from the log cabin collection. If you didn't want to use the log cabin deer, you could also use your Sernuk plushies too. If you've been following me for quite some time, especially since my Animal Crossing content, you know I have a soft spot for party light arches. So of course, when I saw the opportunity that these could fit into my barn build, I knew I had to use them, and plus it gave the area such a nice glow and illumination at night. So an optional but last minute design choice I made to our barn rooftop was adding in this log branch, and I'm going to layer it on each side to kind of just give the roof a little bit more texture so it's not as flat looking. I also decided to remove on the right side the middle wooden wall panel to kind of give a window effect for our barn. I feel like not only creating this window gave the build more realism, but it also just allowed more natural light to enter into the barn. Anyways, I'm going to continue detailing this build, and I'll see you near the end of this video when we do the final walkthrough. I hope it's bringing you a ton of inspiration, and I cannot wait to see what y'all think about it in the comment section below. After all my final details and personal touches, here is how my finished barn build turned out for today's Palia speed build. A huge shout out to Ezria and of course many others who have done a barn in Palia for inspiring today's video. I am so excited about this being a part of my farmhouse plot, and of course I hope that this video was really helpful for you too. If you're also new to my channel, I am working on 3 different themes on Palia. One is more of a fancy elegant mansion style, and the other is an overgrown cottagecore theme, and then we have this plot today which is a farm cottagecore vibe. If you're interested in seeing the continuation of all of these plots, including this one today, I would recommend tuning into my live streams. I usually stream Palia every other week on my channel, and we've been documenting a lot of the build process on these live streams. Also, before today's video ends, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.